So that's the thing. You're allowed a baton. You're allowed nunchucks, which actually are specifically listed. You guys
Those aren't nunchucks for one. They're called OPNs.
Okay, but that's what they are.
It's not no, it's not. It's for joint manipulation.
Yeah, but that's the same thing.
No, it's not. It's totally different. Nunchucks
The point is,
have a longer string in between them.
The law dictates that we don't have equal rights. You have more rights than I do because I can't have these things. They're not. It's not talking about assault and hurting someone, but it's about, can I have this? Can you have this?
If you go get your CCW, you can carry a gun in Denver.
Right, but I'm not talking about a gun. I'm talking about a baton that you're allowed to legally carry and I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, the baton is nunchucks. You can carry, I can't.
They're not nunchucks.
Okay, but it's the same fucking thing.
No, there isn't. It's totally different. Nunchucks have a longer rope in between them.
Okay.
It's totally different. It's not, and they're not used. They're used for joint manipulation. That's what they're used for.
That's what I'm going to use them if I walk down the street with them. Is it okay if I have them?
No, it's not.
So we don't have equal rights. You get that, right?
Yeah. When I'm a private citizen, I don't carry any of that stuff.
Right. But the idea that the cops are equal to people is the.
So why should I have to put my life more at risk? Not having tools that are available, and these tools actually save other people's lives as well. So why
the cops took it to the Supreme Court. You have no responsibility to.
No, we don't.
If somebody's in danger, you have no responsibility to.
No, I don't
get
have
involved.
any responsibility. But why do you think I'm a cop? Because I actually do want to help people. Okay?
I think you like wielding power.
I don't like wielding power. I don't wield my power.
And maybe you wield your power less than other cops, but
no, I think you're sadly mistaken when you say that every cop is just a cop because they like to wield power. And the ones that do, we get rid of.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
You rehire them.
No, we don't.
You do.
You've never been through the hiring process. If you get fired from another police job or let go, it's extremely hard to even get.
It's extremely common to get rehired.
No, it's not.
It's
not at all. It's not. Especially if you break the law, you can't get rehired anywhere.
Well, I think having a criminal record is different to you being dismissed.
Well, no,
having a situation brushed under the rug.
If you get accused and you get charged with breaking the law, and then you try to get a job somewhere, even though you're cleared by your peers, it's extremely hard to get a job anywhere else. I'm not saying it doesn't ever happen, but it's next to impossible, and I know that because I've been on hiring boards before. Okay, and becoming a cop is so extremely hard. You gotta go through,
those 6 weeks of training are tough, right?
It's actually 6 months of training, and in that time we get more hours in the classroom than you do for your 4-year degree, because you're in class 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You have to go through different psychological evaluations. There's all kinds of things that you have to go through. Expose yourself to it. I'm just telling you, reach out.
I'm just saying
expose yourself to it and find out what it takes to become an officer.
I don't need to, because it's not something that I would find fulfilling.
But you can't criticize something if you don't know what it's about.
No, I do know what it's about.
No, you don't. You just said you basically made it sound like you say you go to school for 6 weeks. No, you don't go to school for 6 weeks. You go to school for at a minimum for 6 months.
But you get a badge and a gun in 6 weeks, I think.
No, you don't.
But the main point that we can make a full circle and just say this sweep and the kind of brutality you show towards counter protesters who are clearly irritated.
It's really easy. All they had to do was move out of the area.
Yeah, but we were resisting in the sense that we didn't want you to do the sweep.
So your actions were causing our actions. If you guys would have just walked back,
here's a solution.
If you guys would have just walked backwards peacefully, none of that would have occurred.
Here's an option. Go home.
Why would I go home?
No, go do something else. Go respond to another call.
The only reason
you don't have to sweep.
The only reason that we're here is because of the protesters. Do you realize that?
Yes, but
this is a health department action, not us.
No, yeah, but it's pressured by the governor and the mayor.
Well, then go talk to the
But you
governor
enforce it. No, but that's the point, is you don't have to do the sweep. The sweep doesn't solve anything. These people with their tents are going to go somewhere else and set it up again.
This is a health department issue. It's not a law.
But you're compliant and you enforce it, and you allow it to happen.
It's only because of the protesters. If you guys are going to do that to us, what are you going to do to somebody that's just
we provide food for them if you're not here.
So, but okay, so how long has this camp been here?
Since October was what one of the guys said.
So how many of these people?
Not
out
this
here,
October, last October.
Okay, but so how many of these people out here protesting have been out here trying to get these people moved to shelters and to better places?
I don't think necessarily that.
You show up on the day that
Denver
we're here.
Homeless Out Loud is an older organization. They do this stuff.
But you guys, all the protesters show. This is what drives me nuts. You guys show up on the day that we show up.
Yeah, to challenge
to
you.
do the cleanup. But why aren't you out here before trying to make their lives better?
They are. Denver
No, they're
Homeless
not.
Out
All of
Loud.
these people aren't.
Denver Homeless Out Loud, and a lot of us
These people aren't.
work out here, and they provide porta potties, and then the city comes and
But
steals them.
These people aren't doing anything. That's what I'm trying to say.
They're resisting what you're doing.
But help these people before we get here.
But why
They've
do
been
you
here-
have to show up
They've
at
been here,
all?
but they've been here for a year because it's a health issue.
So address the health issue, provide sanitation services.
What about all the needles and everything everywhere?
Sanitation services.
What about the
Give
dead
them-
rats and mice that are in their camps?
Provide them sanitation services, pick up their trash.
So why should people pay to pick up their trash when they don't provide anything?
Because they're fucking homeless. They're people.
They don't have to be homeless.
They're human beings.
They
We don't
are
have to
human
have
beings.
an economic value out of them
They don't have-
to give them services.
So then you come out here with your car and you pick up all the trash weekly.
People do that. A lot of
I
people,
haven't
those
seen anybody
activists do
picking
it.
up the trash weekly. Go look and see how much trash is over there.
Yeah.
And here's another thing that I bet you don't know about. I've actually talked to a few of them that actually have housing. They're eligible for housing, but they won't take it.
And a lot of that is down to the conditioning they've suffered. A lot of them have been
No,
homeless for a long
they
time.
They don't want the housing.
It's tough to go when you've lived in a tent for years. It's tough to just suddenly be in an apartment. That's not to say they don't have mental health issues that
They do
make
have
it
mental health
difficult.
issues. That's what you guys should be pushing for.
The point
You guys should
is,
be pushing
if
more
you're
for-
gonna do this, here's the middle ground. If you're gonna come up and clean this, clean in the interest of a capitalist who's going to develop this land and has financial interest in it, you need to give them keys to housing. There are apartments that
Why?
are empty in this building.
Why?
Because that's
Why
the
should
solution.
the owner of that building give them something?
Because fuck the owner of that building.
How many spare bedrooms do you have in your house?
None. I rent a room. I live with housemates.
Okay. So you go get a house and then you rent and then you give a key to these people so they can stay with you.
So that's kind of the thing, and I've had this discussion with the firemen before. It's not my responsibility.
So why is it my responsibility?
It's,
Why is it
I'm not saying
why is it the taxpayers' responsibility if it's not your responsibility?
because this is a societal problem, and pretending it doesn't
So
exist
go
isn't
get
a
a big
solution.
house and you have people live with you.
There are 20,000 empty housing units in Denver.
So you want to put it on somebody else instead of you?
I want to put it on Millionaire
Okay.
or a billionaire real estate
That's an
company.
argument that's not going to go anywhere because you're not doing anything to help improve their lifestyle. You're not doing anything. Go if that's the case, go buy a big house and give them a few rooms to stay in. That you're not doing.
There are
it.
20,000 empty apartment units
So why are you
or
putting
housing
the,
units.
But you're putting the burden on somebody else instead of yourself.
It's a real estate company that I'm putting the burden on.
Somebody owns that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah. So then you go buy your own place and you put people.
No, I'm saying fuck them. I'm gonna go and take their
Why?
apartment
Why?
because it's sitting empty.
So then I can come to your house and take your stuff that you've worked hard for.
I'm not taking something off of. I'm not kicking people out of their homes and
Your
replacing
argument
them.
doesn't hold water. You're willing to take
20,000 empty housing
you're
units
willing to take
doesn't
from
hold water.
You're willing to take from somebody else, but you're not willing to give anything.
There is a societal problem and there is a trade-off, right? And the trade-off is a millionaire who owns several apartment buildings loses a few apartments to resolve homelessness, and we do that everywhere all over the city.
That's not what America is built on.
America is built on exploitation.
No, it's
From
not.
the slaves to the fucking gold rush to the financial industry, every single part of America is built on
So
exploitation.
if it's so horrible, why are you here?
Because I'm gonna cut the head off this snake.
You're not. All you're doing is causing a bump in the road for what's going to happen.
No.
Yes, you are.
I'm sure the royal family in Russia thought the Bolsheviks were a bump in the road, and then they faced guns.
But see, that was that you're talking about communist societies.
Yeah.
This isn't a communist society.
Neither was a monarchy in Russia until it became one.
A monarchy.
Yeah,
This is the United States. It's
yeah.
called
It used to be a
there's
colony.
There's a thing called we the people. Okay. Why do you think? Okay, let me ask you something really simple. Why do you think there's a Second Amendment?
To prevent the kind of
It's to prevent
power
the
you
government.
have.
No, it's to prevent the government from tyranny, not from what I do. Okay.
So,
it's to prevent the government from coming in and controlling every aspect of your life.